I can't even look at you. I get depressed. When are you going to die? You just will you please die?
Hey there, have you heard? This year has been tough for Hollywood with the tragic deaths of 20 beloved actors. Join us as we uncover the heartbreaking causes behind their untimely departures. It's a story that will leave you reflecting on their enduring legacies. Number 20. Dabney Coleman. Hey there, have you ever watched a movie or show and instantly recognized that one actor who always seemed to steal the scene with their gruff charm? That was Dabney Coleman, a Hollywood veteran whose career spanned decades, leaving an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. Picture this, it's the 1980s and Dabney Coleman is on your screen, playing the tough boss alongside Dolly Parton, Jane Fonda, and Lily Tomlin in 9 to 5. His presence was unmistakable, whether he was the nasty TV producer in Tootsie or the relentless antagonist in War Games. Coleman had a knack for portraying the heel, the character you love to hate but can't help admire for their depth and complexity. But Coleman wasn't just about playing the bad guy. He had a range that allowed him to delve into both comedic and serious roles. From sleazy or thuggish villains to the nuanced characters like Slap Maxwell in The Slap Maxwell Story, he showcased a versatility that kept audiences engaged and guessing. In more recent years, Coleman continued to shine, notably in HBO's hit series Boardwalk Empire and a memorable appearance in Yellowstone. His talent and presence remained as captivating as ever, earning him accolades and admiration from fans and peers alike. Sadly, on May 16, 2024, Dabney Coleman passed away at the age of 92 at his home in Santa Monica, California. His death, attributed to cardiac arrest due to dysphagia and heart failure, marked the end of a remarkable career that spanned generations. What made Coleman such a standout figure in Hollywood? Was it his commanding presence on screen or his ability to bring depth to every character he portrayed? Stay tuned as we explore more stories behind Hollywood's unforgettable talents.
Rest in peace, dipshit! You missed.
Number 19. Joe Flaherty. Let's dive into the life of Joe Flaherty, a comedic genius who helped shape the landscape of sketch comedy. As one of the founding members of SCTV, alongside legends like John Candy and Eugene Levy, Flaherty brought a unique brand of humor that was edgy, outlandish, and downright hilarious. Imagine being part of a team that revolutionized comedy in the late 70s. That was Joe Flaherty's world on SCTV, where he not only performed, but also mentored younger cast members with his wisdom and experience. His contributions earned him the nicknames The Anchor and The Motor, reflecting his role as a stabilizing force and driving creative energy behind the scenes. Flaherty's journey into comedy wasn't conventional. Starting in drama, he found his knack for making people laugh unexpectedly during a performance of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. From that moment, he embraced comedy wholeheartedly, delighting audiences with his wit and timing. In Hollywood, Flaherty's comedic chops shone brightly. You might remember him as the Western Union worker in Back to the Future Part 2, delivering Marty McFly a letter from Doc Brown across decades. Or perhaps you chuckled at his role as the heckler Donald in Happy Gilmore, where his comedic timing stole the show. Beyond these memorable film roles, Flaherty was a fixture on television screens for decades. Whether he was gracing shows like Married with Children, Freaks and Geeks, or The King of Queens, his presence was always a guarantee of laughter and entertainment. Sadly, Joe Flaherty passed away at the age of 82 after a brief illness.
And now the president and owner of SCTV, Mr. Guy, Caballero.
What the hell was that?
Just thought I'd punch it with a little echo, Guy.
You did. Well, you're fired. Get out of here.
Okay.
Number 18. Louis Gossett Jr. Now we're honoring the remarkable life and career of Louis Gossett Jr., a true titan of stage, screen, and activism. From his early beginnings in Brooklyn to his groundbreaking achievements in Hollywood, Gossett Jr. left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry and beyond. Louis Gossett Jr. wasn't just an actor, he was a multifaceted artist, writer, producer, and director. His career began at the young age of 17 on the stage, where he honed his craft throughout the 60s. In 1977, he skyrocketed to fame with his role in the groundbreaking miniseries Roots, where he portrayed the character Fiddler alongside a stellar cast. His portrayal in Roots earned him an Emmy Award, marking the beginning of a series of accolades. Gossett Jr. was nominated for 7 more Emmys over his career, with his most recent nomination in 2020 for his role in the HBO series Watchmen, showcasing his enduring talent and relevance. In 1983, Gossett Jr. made history by becoming the first black actor to win an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role as the tough drill instructor Emil Foley in An Officer and a Gentleman. This achievement not only recognized his exceptional acting skills, but also broke barriers in Hollywood. Throughout his career, Gossett Jr. starred in numerous hit movies and TV shows, including The Principal, Toy Soldiers, Iron Eagle, and the HBO series Boardwalk Empire. His performances captivated audiences and solidified his reputation as a versatile and impactful actor. Beyond his artistic achievements, Gossett Jr. was a passionate advocate for social justice and equality. He authored the best-selling autobiography An Actor and a Gentleman, which chronicled his career and personal journey. In 2006, he founded the Eracism Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to eradicating racism and promoting cultural diversity and education among young adults. Louis Gossett Jr. passed away on March 29th due to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD.
Yeah, I guess you're trying to say that this year's Oscar Derby is partly a drag race.
Not Okay.
Okay, the
winner is...
You better do that.
I would be glad to. Thank you very much.
The winner is Louis Gossett Jr.
Number 17. Morgan Spurlock. The innovative filmmaker who reshaped the documentary genre with his bold and often controversial projects. From sparking debates about fast food culture to exploring complex social issues, Spurlock left a lasting impact on audiences worldwide. Morgan Spurlock first gained widespread attention with his groundbreaking documentary Super Size Me in 2004. In this eye-opening film, he undertook a daring experiment, eating nothing but McDonald's for 30 days, to illustrate the health consequences of a fast food diet. The documentary not only earned critical acclaim and an Oscar nomination, but also sparked significant changes in the fast food industry, including the discontinuation of supersized portions by McDonald's. Before Super Size Me, Spurlock hosted the MTV show I Bet You Will, showcasing his charismatic personality and knack for engaging storytelling. This laid the foundation for his immersive approach to filmmaking, where he delved deep into societal issues through personal experiences and social experiments. Following the success of Super Size Me, Spurlock continued to push boundaries with his work. He created the thought-provoking documentary series 30 Days for FX, where participants immerse themselves in unfamiliar lifestyles for a month, challenging societal norms and perspectives. Spurlock's subsequent films further explored contentious topics, such as the global impact of terrorism in Where in the World is Osama bin Laden, and the pervasive influence of advertising in The Greatest Movie Ever Sold. Each project aimed to provoke discussion and encourage viewers to rethink their perceptions of contemporary issues. Sadly, Morgan Spurlock passed away on May 23rd at the age of 53 due to complications from cancer.
What you'll never hear them talk about, though, is how a diet heavy on this type of a food will start to lead to health problems. You'll hear them talk about the weight gain, but you'll never hear them talk about how I was on a path to having high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, heart disease, liver disease, diabetes. This they won't talk about, because the last thing you ever want to link is your food to disease. They launched a $1 million ad campaign against the movie. They took out TV spots. They bought trailer space in front of the film, so right before the film would show, Guy Russo, the CEO, would come on screen, and I'm paraphrasing, he'd say, "The film you're about to see is a lie."
Number 16. Richard Lewis. A comedy legend whose distinctive style and neurotic humor left an unforgettable mark on the entertainment industry. From his early stand-up days to his memorable roles on television and film, Lewis entertained audiences with his unique brand of wit and vulnerability. During the 70s, Richard Lewis emerged as a standout in the world of stand-up comedy. His trademark look, dressed in black with a hand to his temple, coupled with his self-deprecating humor, quickly made him a favorite guest on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Lewis's ability to blend observational comedy with personal introspection endeared him to audiences seeking authenticity and humor. In the 1980s, Lewis transitioned to television, achieving widespread fame with the sitcom Anything But Love, where he starred alongside Jamie Lee Curtis. The show's success spanned 4 seasons and showcased Lewis's comedic talents in a romantic comedy setting. His film credits include memorable roles in comedies such as Mel Brooks's Robin Hood, Men in Tights, Leaving Las Vegas, and the poignant Wagons East, where he shared the screen with the late John Candy. Lewis often credited Candy's passing as a catalyst for his own journey into sobriety, highlighting the personal impact of his friendships and experiences in Hollywood. Richard Lewis reinvigorated his career in the early 2000s with a recurring role on HBO's Curb Your Enthusiasm, created by his longtime friend Larry David. For 11 seasons, Lewis portrayed a fictionalized version of himself, adding his neurotic charm to the show's ensemble cast. Even in his later years, Lewis continued to captivate audiences with his candid humor and infectious energy. Tragically, Lewis passed away on February 27th at his Los Angeles home from a heart attack.
And I went to a neurologist and they gave me a brain scan and I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and that was about 2 years ago.
When are you gonna die?
The ability to apply for level grant.
You just will you please die?
Number 15. Adan Kanto. Adan Kanto's journey from Mexico to Hollywood is nothing short of inspiring. Join us as we highlight his rise to fame. Adan Kanto, the actor known for his work on TV series including The Cleaning Lady and Designated Survivor, and in such films as X-Men: Days of Future Past, died January 8th from appendiceal cancer. He was 42. His death is raising awareness of the relatively rare disease. Adan Kanto is a Mexican-American actor and a director. He left home at the age of 16 to pursue a career as a musician. Kanto wrote for and produced several songs for film and television while living in Mexico City. He began acting in a handful of commercials in Mexico City and was soon cast in a television series called Estado de Gracia. Kanto eventually turned to the stage after being cast as a lead for the adaptation of Pedro Almodovar's All About My Mother. In 2013, Kanto made his debut in American television, playing the role of Paul Torres on the Fox drama series The Following. In 2015, Kanto played real-life politician Rodrigo Larrabonia in the Netflix drama Narcos. In 2016, he was cast in the ABC political drama series Designated Survivor, playing White House Chief of Staff Aaron Shore opposite Kiefer Sutherland, Natasha McElhonney, and Maggie Q. Kanto wrote and directed his first short film, Before Tomorrow, in 2014. He portrayed the powerful mutant Sunspot in Days of Future Past, and his other screen credits include Blood and Oil, Second Chance, The Catch, Bruised, and Agent Game. His short film, The Shot, earned several festival awards for Best Narrative Short Film in 2020.
Adan Kanto, who is best known for his roles in The Cleaning Lady and Designated Survivor, has died at the age of 42 after a long battle with cancer. His wife Stephanie Kanto was the first to break the news via Instagram with an emotional post. She wrote, "Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal."
Number 14. Christian Oliver. Christian Oliver's martial arts mastery made him a standout in Hollywood. Let's revisit his action-packed career. Christian Oliver, the actor best known as Snake Euler in Speed Racer and Emil Brandon, the Good German, died January 4th at 51 in a plane crash that also killed his two young daughters, Medita and Annik, when a small passenger plane they were on board crashed into the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Bikia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines on January 4th, 2024. The plane's pilot also died on impact. The plane took off from Bikia Airport and was en route to the neighboring island of St. Lucia. Born Christian Klepser, the star was born in Germany and relocated to the States to pursue a Hollywood career. His other credits include TV shows Alarm für Cobra 11, Saved by the Bell, The New Class, Sense8, and Hunters. In addition, Oliver, who was also a writer and producer, appeared in the films Valkyrie, The Babysitter's Club, Hercules Reborn, and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. He also starred in Europe's #1 action series Alarm für Cobra 11 on RTL for 2 years and had numerous other TV appearances in the US and Germany.
Tragedy struck the entertainment world as actor Christian Oliver, known for his roles in films such as The Babysitter's Club and Speed Racer, lost his life in a devastating plane crash in the Caribbean. The heartbreaking incident claimed not only the actor, but also the lives of his two beloved daughters.
Number 13. David Soul. David Soul's iconic role in Starsky and Hutch made him a household name. Let's revisit his thrilling career on and off screen. Soul found instant fame in the mid-70s, playing Detective Kenneth Hutch Hutchinson, one half of the hit crime solvers in Starsky and Hutch. He first appeared on TV in small roles in shows including I Dream of Jeannie, 1965, Flipper, 1964, and All in the Family, 1971. Before hitting it big on the show, Soul was a folk singer through the 1960s, opening for the likes of Frank Zappa and the Byrds. At one time, he even sang while his face was covered with a mask, calling himself the Covered Man. After Starsky and Hutch, Soul went back to music and scored the #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100 with Don't Give Up on Us. Soul also made appearances on shows like Star Trek, Gunsmoke, the Clint Eastwood movie Magnum Force, and a miniseries adaptation of the Stephen King novel Salem's Lot. Several undemanding movies and TV series appearances followed for Soul. However, in 1988, he scored rave reviews for his portrayal of real-life, cold-blooded cop killer Michael Lee Platt in The Line of Duty, The FBI Murders from 1988. It was considered highly controversial for its intense level of violence in a made-for-TV production. David Soul remained very busy throughout the 1990s and beyond in both film and on-stage productions. He toured internationally in several theater productions, including playing the narrator in the critically acclaimed production of Willie Russell's Blood Brothers, plus a successful UK tour performing in Ira Levin's Death Trap. Fans of the original TV series were glad to see Soul back with Paul Michael Glaser doing a cameo appearance in the big-budget movie version of Starsky and Hutch in 2004. Soul died on January 4th of COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, a life-shortening lung condition caused by his 50 years of smoking up to 3 packs a day, probably made worse by his constant use of alcohol. He had stopped smoking 10 years before his death after he had cancer removed from his left lung.
What are you frightened of?
Frightened of not being heard.
Of not being heard.
I think there's a lot that I have to give.
Number 12. Donald Sutherland. Donald Sutherland's captivating presence defined generations of cinema. Join us as we explore his legendary filmography. The towering presence of Canadian actor Donald Sutherland was often noticed, as were his legendary contributions to cinema. He appeared in almost 200 different shows and films. He was also the father of renowned actor Kiefer Sutherland, among others. Donald Sutherland had the incredible talent to be the life of the party in one performance or a wallflower in the next. Need a dark and disturbing presence for a role? He's your guy. Or he could do a wisecracking know-it-all character. What we're trying to say is whatever the role, Sutherland could pull it off. And he did it so well that he delivered some of the most memorable roles ever put on screen over the last 6 decades. Playing a Nazi-killing grunt in The Dirty Dozen 1967, creating one of the greatest screen duos ever opposite Elliot Gould in MASH 1970, acting as a laid-back professor in Animal House 1978, delivering one of the best surprise endings ever in a remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers 1978. He could do it all. He was both the man who knew the truth behind the Kennedy assassination at JFK 1991 and the villain in the Hunger Games franchise from 2013 to 2015. He was a fixture in our lives over generations. Donald Sutherland made a lasting legacy on Hollywood, whether portraying a chilling and horrifying villain or playing the older, respectable character in his films. A true character actor, Sutherland was one of Canada's most well-known names and will hopefully continue to be remembered long after his time. Sutherland died on June 20th in Miami following a long illness.
They're the most extraordinary creatures, you know? They're the most resilient, so I hate to see someone elected who talks about grabbing somebody's.
Number 11. Harry Johnson. Ever wondered how Harry Johnson became a stunt legend? Let's dive into his daring feats in Hollywood adventures. Harry Johnson, a veteran actor who appeared on hit television shows such as Battlestar Galactica, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Law & Order, died on January 2nd following a long illness. He was 81. Johnson began his career as one of Universal Studios' final contract players and made his television debut as a warrior in a 1978 episode of the sci-fi epic Battlestar Galactica. He would go on to land guest roles on several more beloved television series throughout his 40-year career in entertainment, including MASH, The Incredible Hulk, The A-Team, LA Law, Dynasty, Who's the Boss, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He was also a prolific ADR voice actor and starred as Harry in the Harry and Louise political advertisements that aired throughout the early 1990s. Harry wrote books under the name Harry Castle. His first novel was Fugitive Romance, the fictional memoir of a Hollywood screenwriter. His second book was a short story collection called Miracles and Misfits. Number 10. Johnny Wachter. Wachter was best known for his role as Brando Corbin on the soap opera General Hospital. He appeared in more than 160 episodes during his 2 seasons on the series before leaving in 2022. His resume included guest roles on Westworld, The OA, Station 19, Siberia, Agent X, Fantastic, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Girl, Training Day, Criminal Minds, Struggling Servers, Age Appropriate, NCIS, The Passenger, and Barbie Rehab. He also starred in the 2016 Mario Van Peebles directed movie USS Indianapolis, Men of Courage, alongside Nicolas Cage, Tom Sizemore, and Thomas Jane. His family confirmed that Wachter was shot and killed on May 25th in Los Angeles during a robbery. Wachter was killed off Pico Boulevard when 3 men were trying to steal a catalytic converter from his vehicle. They shot him and fled the scene. Wachter was taken to a hospital where he was pronounced dead.
learned that actor Johnny Wachter has been identified as a victim of a deadly shooting in downtown LA.
Now, Wachter was probably best known for his role as Brando Corbin in the long-running soap opera General Hospital. The 37-year-old appeared in nearly 200 episodes of that show between 2020 and 2022, but he also appeared in other shows, things like Westworld and Criminal Minds. The shooting happened about 3 a.m. on Saturday. This is near the intersection of South Hope Street and West Pico Boulevard. Police say Wachter had witnessed 3 men trying to steal his car's catalytic converter, and when he tried to intervene, the actor was shot.
Number 9. Chance Perdomo. Chance Perdomo, star of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina and Gen V, died March 30th after a single-vehicle motorcycle accident. He was 27. Born in Los Angeles and raised in Southampton, England, Perdomo was one of the young stars of the college set Gen V, Amazon Prime's 2023 spin-off of The Boys. Perdomo played Andre Anderson, the son of superhero Polarity, who fights to break free of his father's legacy while losing his battle to stay away from his best friend's girl. Even with his flaws and failings, Perdomo's Andre was possibly the closest thing to a moral center in the Boys universe. Perdomo's breakout role came in 2018 when he took on the part of Ambrose Spellman in Netflix's Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. He also appeared in the After We Fell Netflix movie trilogy based on Anna Todd's YA romances.
I don't have much experience this side of the planet to be able to appreciate that in all its entirety. So it's refreshing to be reminded that, oh, yeah, if not all other sets are like this, then this is pretty incredible.
Number 8. Tony Mordente. Tony Mordente's dance moves stole the spotlight in Hollywood. Join us as we celebrate his contributions to musical theater and film. Tony Mordente, who played the short-tempered jet named Action in West Side Story, died following a brief illness on June 11, 2024 at the age of 88. At the time of his death, he was going through chemotherapy. His death occurred 5 months after his ex-wife, Chita Rivera. He met Chita Rivera during the run of West Side Story in 1957, where she played Anita, and married her in December of that same year. Mordente first played a character named Arab in the original stage show on Broadway, where he met and married his co-star Chita Rivera, who originated the role of Anita. The couple had a daughter, Tony-nominated actress Lisa Mordente, before divorcing in 1966. Mordente went on to direct dozens of TV shows including Rhoda, MASH, Family Ties, The A-Team, Matlock, Walker, Texas Ranger, and Seventh Heaven. Number 7. Susan Buckner. Susan Buckner, best known as bubbly cheerleader Patty Simcox in Grease, died on May 2nd. She was 72. Before joining the cheer squad at Rydell High, Buckner was Miss Washington in 1971 and represented her home state at the Miss America competition the following year. She got her big break in 1971 as a dancer on Dean Martin's TV variety show, The Dean Martin Show, 1965. One of the original 8 members of the post-1973 second generation of Dean Martin's Gold Diggers troupe on TV and on stage, along with Maria Loren, Linda Alberici, Robin Hector, Colleen Kincaid, Lee Nolting, Patty Grebo, and Deborah Pratt. She would go on to perform on variety show programs like The Mac Davis Show, Sonny and Cher, and The Brady Bunch Variety Hour. But it was her role as Simcox that put her in front of millions. After the success of Grease, Buckner took on roles in shows like The Love Boat, The Hardy Boys' Nancy Drew Mysteries, and a co-starring role on When the Whistle Blows. She also appeared in Wes Craven's Deadly Blessing alongside Sharon Stone and 1989's Police Academy 6, City Under Siege, which was her final acting role. She stepped away from acting to focus on her family, but continued to share her passion for the arts, teaching theater at a Florida elementary school and working as a dance instructor.
I love the learning part of acting. You get to, when you get to learn to do something for the movie, it's like, I love that. So having someone who's a professional come over and show you the gun, here's what you do, and then you practice, and it's like, yeah.
Number 6, Tony LoBianco. Tony LoBianco, who starred as Sal Boca in William Friedkin's Academy Award-winning film The French Connection, died June 11 at 87. The cause was prostate cancer, his wife Alice LoBianco said. Born in Brooklyn, New York on October 19, 1936, LoBianco was inspired to pursue acting by his high school drama teacher. He landed his breakout gig in the Friedkin-helmed film, which would go on to win Academy Awards for Best Picture and Best Director. LoBianco quickly earned acclaim for both The French Connection and The Honeymoon Killers, where he played the notorious Lonely Hearts Killer Raymond Fernandez. He starred opposite Shirley Stoller in the 1970 film, which has been reclaimed as a cult classic. LoBianco went on to appear in over 100 films, including Blood Brothers with Richard Gere, City Heat with Clint Eastwood, and Kill the Irishman with Ray Stevenson. His final film was the 2022 Ray Romano-directed comedy Somewhere in Queens. He also starred in several TV shows, and in 1983, earned a Tony Award nomination for his performance as Eddie Carbone in the Broadway revival of Arthur Miller's A View from the Bridge.
You want some of me, pal? Come on.
Not now. Where do you stand, Murphy? You and Deal, you had a fix with Mr. Pitt, right? So, Deal, he pulls a double cross. Now you in with him, or he's screwing you too.
Number 5, Anne Whitfield. Anne Whitfield, the actress best known for playing Susan Waverly in White Christmas, died at age 85. The actress died on February 15th, surrounded by her family at Valley Memorial Hospital in Yakima, Washington, following an unexpected accident while on a walk in her neighborhood, her family wrote in her obituary. Born in Oxford in 1938, Whitfield moved to Hollywood with her mother as a child while her father was deployed in World War II. She quickly began working as an actor on nationally broadcast radio programs like The Phil Harris Alice Faye Show and One Man's Family. At age 15, Whitfield played Susan Waverly, the granddaughter of Major General Thomas Waverly, Dean Jagger, in the holiday classic White Christmas. Susan encourages her grandfather to host a performance by the film's main characters, played by Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye, Rosemary Clooney, and Vera Ellen, at his hotel, which ultimately yields a moving tribute to the general himself. Whitfield's obituary states that she watched White Christmas with her family in December 2023 in celebration of the film's 70th anniversary.
Get to meet these young ladies?
Sure.
My housekeeper, Miss Emma Allen. My granddaughter, Susan Waverly.
Hello. We're the Haynes sisters.
Your floor show. Don't worry, I've already told them we'd have to cancel.
Number 4, Janice Paige. Janice Paige, the actress known for starring in big screen and Broadway musicals and comedies like Silk Stockings and The Pajama Game, died on June 2nd at 101. She died of natural causes at her home in Los Angeles on Sunday, her longtime friend Stuart Lampert said on Monday. A multi-talented and enduring performer, she was a star of Hollywood's golden age who continued her craft into her 90s. Born and raised in Tacoma, Washington, Paige sang in local amateur shows as a child and performed in theater productions in high school, after which she moved to Los Angeles to try to make it in show business. Discovered while performing at the iconic Hollywood Canteen, she would go on to appear in such films as Romance on the High Seas and Remains to be Seen, to lead her own sitcom It's Always Jan, and to star in stage productions including Here's Love, Mammy, Sweet Charity, and Guys and Dolls.
Comedy star Janice Paige has died.
Yeah, Paige's nearly 60-year career spanned Broadway, film, and television. She died of natural causes at her LA home. She reached some of her greatest heights on Broadway, including the smash hit The Pajama Game. Paige was 101 years old.
Number 3, Eric Anderson. Eric Anderson, the prolific television actor best known for portraying Kerry Russell's father on Felicity, died June 1st in Los Angeles. His wife, Saxon Traynor, announced on Instagram that his passing came after a brutal struggle with cancer. Anderson began his career in the 80s, landing his breakout role as Rob Dyer in 1984's Friday the 13th: The Final Chapter. He would appear in several more films, including Welcome to 18, Patty Hearst, and Bat 21, but would notably establish recurring roles in several TV shows. He appeared as Bobby Stagg in Bay City Blues, Billy Siddell in 30-something, Don Kirkendall in NYPD Blue, and Dr. Edward Porter in Felicity. His additional TV credits include Star Trek: The Next Generation, NCIS, Seventh Heaven, ER, and The X-Files. He also penned 3 novels, 2012's Hallowed Be Thy Name, followed by Thy Kingdom Come in 2014, and Rabbit, a golf fable, in 2022. Number 2. Kevin Brophy. Kevin Brophy's journey from heartthrob to Hollywood star is one for the ages. Join us as we revisit his memorable roles on screen. Kevin Brophy, an actor best known for his roles in the short-lived sci-fi series Lucan and the cult horror film Hell Night, died May 11th at his home in Rancho Santa Fe, California. He was 70 years old. Brophy was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer 10 years ago. Born in Salt Lake City on November 1, 1953, Brophy starred in a play about Jesse James during his senior year in college. As a result, his headshot appeared in the Los Angeles Times, leading an agent at William Morris to sign him. A year later, on his way driving to his audition for Lucan, he cut off what turned to be an MGM executive who thought Brophy was perfect for the part. Lucan, about a young man raised by wolves, lasted only 1 season. He later popped up in episodes of The Hardy Boys' Nancy Drew Mysteries, MASH, The Love Boat, Growing Pains, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and JAG. In addition to Hell Night, Brophy also appeared in films such as The Long Riders and Goodfellas.
Hunters found him in the wilds of northern Minnesota. A boy raised from infancy by wolves. They captured him and brought him to the university where I was conducting research on human behavior. I named him Lucan. Working at the university.
Number 1. Ron Harper. A beloved actor whose career spanned decades and left an enduring mark on television and film. Let's dive into the life and career of this talented performer. Ron Harper, born in 1936, began his acting journey in the 1950s with appearances on various television series like Kraft Theater and Tales of Wells Fargo. His early roles laid the foundation for a successful career in both television and film, showcasing his versatility and acting prowess. In the 60s, Harper gained recognition for his role as Detective Bert Kling in 87th Precinct, a series that solidified his presence on television screens across America. He continued to thrive in the 1960s with appearances on shows like Laramie, Wendy and Me, and Garrison's Gorillas, demonstrating his ability to portray diverse characters with depth and authenticity. The 70s marked a significant period in Harper's career with memorable roles on iconic series such as Planet of the Apes and Land of the Lost. His contributions to these science fiction classics cemented his status as a versatile actor capable of tackling a range of genres with ease. While Harper was predominantly known for his television work, he also made notable appearances in films throughout his career. His filmography includes titles like The Odd Couple 2, Pearl Harbor, The Poughkeepsie Tapes, showcasing his ability to transition seamlessly between the small and big screens. In later years, Harper continued to captivate audiences with guest appearances on popular shows like Beverly Hills 90210, Melrose Place, and The West Wing. His versatility and enduring appeal made him a beloved figure in the entertainment industry. Ron Harper passed away peacefully on March 21 at the age of 91.
Hello, I'm Ron Harper, and I just want to thank my friend Mabel here, and my friend Gene, who's shooting this, to say thank you to all my fans from Planet of the Apes and Garrison's Gorillas and any of the other series that I've done. I do really appreciate your support, your dedication. I've enjoyed the series that I've done. I enjoy acting, and I've enjoyed a lot of things, and particularly I enjoy the appreciation that you fans have shown me all these years. Keep it up, my friends. Thank you.
As we wrap up, remember to cherish the memories of these incredible talents. Check out our other videos for more insights into Hollywood's latest news and stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for updates. Thanks for watching.